playing a major role. But not to worry, I've got you covered with tips to ensure you are safe. 1. Stay away from electrical equipment during a lightning storm. 2. Avoid water. And yes, you heard correctly. Do not take a shower while lightning is actively occurring. Lightning is defined as an atmospheric discharge of electricity. Therefore, when it strikes a building, the electrical charge looks for the easiest path to the ground. Conductive materials like water, metal pipes, even most modern pipes with water inside can carry that current. If you're showering, you are wet, which lowers your body's resistance to electricity, increasing your risk of electrocution. 3. Tall, isolated trees are lightning hazards. They are not your friend. Don't choose this as your go-to shelter. 4. Stay indoors during the occurrence of lightning and keep a safe distance from windows and doors. I'm Drosel Mills, and that was Watch the Weather Hurricane Tips.
Watch the Weather is brought to you by
Farco, tough solutions for tough problems.
Need to estimate your duty? Perform a track and trace? Search for a declaration?
Then download the Jamaica Customs mobile app today. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
12 p.m.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at Noon. It's Tuesday, October 22. I'm Amoy Harriet. A press conference to update the country on preparations for the impending tropical storm Melissa was just concluded at Jamaica House. The system is projected to pass close to or directly over Jamaica within the next 48 hours. Now, head of the Met Service, Yvonne Thompson, says there's a strong possibility the storm could strengthen into a hurricane before reaching the island. Meanwhile, Minister with responsibility for the environment, Matthew Samuda, says, quote, "This is not a time to panic, but a time to prepare." Now, our reporter Akeem Ored is at Jamaica House and now joins us with the latest. Akeem?
Thanks so much from Studio Amoy. Now, here at the press conference they're having at Jamaica House about Tropical Storm Melissa, Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says school is not closed, but they should consider going online for persons who are at a disadvantage. Now, Minister with responsibility for works, Robert Morgan, says communities have been assessed, that's the vulnerable communities, and the gullies like the McGregor Gully, the Sandy Gully, they have all been assessed and they're making preparations for persons living on the gully banks. Now, local government and community development minister Desmond McKenzie says that over 800 shelters are deemed ready. They have been assessed and are deemed ready. And he's also reminding Jamaicans that when they're going to these shelters, they should only bring their essentials. So that's the latest coming from the press conference. I'll have more information for you in our news at 7. So reporting here from Jamaica House, I am Akeem Art. Amoy, it's back to you in studio.
All right, thank you, Akeem. In the meantime, speaking at the special press briefing, Minister Samuda told journalists the country will get timely updates on the storm's development through early warning systems.
They will benefit from our bolstered capacity. We're now using our own Doppler radar, whereas before we had to depend almost solely on external sources and external support. So NEPA is on guard. Indeed, the Water Resources Authority that monitor your riverbeds are on guard to ensure that they feed information through the appropriate mechanisms.
Now, Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie, who was also at the briefing, said proactive steps are being taken. He revealed that he has been in ongoing dialogue with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, to ensure that all necessary measures are in place as the island braces for Melissa.
I want to say that our shelters, the 800 and odd shelters, have been inspected. Our shelter supervisors, managers, and volunteers are on standby. We have pre-positioned relief supplies in various sections of the island. We are also putting emergency equipments and teams in areas that we know are challenging areas. We do have a list of the areas that we need to pay attention to. There are some particular communities in Jamaica that we are concerned about. Those communities know themselves, but I just want to mention a few. Rocky Point in Clarendon is one area. Taylorland in the eastern part of the island is another. We have the Duane Park area, New Haven, and several other communities. The Burger Gully, the McGregor Gully are two areas of concern.
The minister is also urging citizens to make use of the shelters if and when they are activated, and that they should only take with them medications and other essential items that they might need.
Special appeal to the people in Port Royal. If we are impacted by this event, it is going to be important that the community of Port Royal make arrangements when we provide the requisite transportation for them to be relocated to shelters that they comply. So I want to give the country the assurance that the municipal corporations, along with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, is ready to face whatever challenges the country experiences.
Now, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, says it has begun the mobilization of national response teams and resources in preparation for Tropical Storm Melissa. Speaking on CVM's Lead Story Prime on Tuesday, Acting Director General of ODPEM, Richard Thompson, said the office is on standby to activate emergency procedures in the event of any significant impact from the system.
Well, our systems are sound in terms of our state of readiness. The parishes, we have gone through a lot of operational planning, going through the hurricane season, emergency operation training, pre-position of supplies, looking at our improvement in our household damage assessment requirements. So we have been doing a lot of work. And a lot of it coming out of Beryl.
What do you mean by that, household damage assessment?
Well, if we are impacted and persons have damage to their houses, what we normally do, which is led by the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, which is a part of the overall national requirement, we go out and we do the assessment. So you want to see if some homes are partially damaged, totally, and there is total damage, or there's no damage at all. We log those, and then we from that now we determine how best we respond to communities.
Now, Shadow Minister for Local Government Natalie Nita Garvey is questioning the country's state of readiness, saying more should have been done to equip municipal corporations ahead of the storm. She expressed disappointment that no additional allocations were announced for the local authorities during Parliament on Tuesday. She was speaking at a hastily called press conference by the opposition following its walkout of Parliament.
That many of our councils or municipal corporations have not received funding since July of this year. It therefore means they're not even able to step in and assist with some of the community drains, which are going to affect our people. It is also very clear that the meager sum which MPs got sometime in June to assist with drain cleaning, which was only able to clean 1 or 2 drains in the most vulnerable areas, was insufficient.
Now, House Speaker Juliet Holness is criticizing the opposition's walkout of Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives, describing it as most concerning. In a statement late Tuesday, Mrs. Holness explained the ruling was based on the clear provisions of the standing orders.
So I'm going to say it for the final time. Your question must be as it relates to the statement that was made by Minister today. Your question must be exactly in keeping with the statement by Minister. That is the ruling. Your question should not be questions about National Works Agency, Ministry of Health, and all the other ministries that this minister is not responsible for. All your questions must be questions in respect of his statement and ministry.
And the Met Office says at 10 a.m., the center of Tropical Storm Melissa was located about 478 kilometers southeast of Morant Point, Jamaica, or about 525 kilometers southeast of the capital, Kingston. The tropical storm is moving very slowly towards the west-northwest, near 4 kilometers per hour. Now, a slow forward speed and a gradual turn to the northwest and north-northwest is expected during the next few days. Maximum sustained winds are near 85 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Some gradual strengthening is anticipated during the next few days, and Melissa could become a hurricane on Thursday. And it's time for a break, but stay with us. More when we return.
New name in forklift sales and rentals in Jamaica. Top quality, low prices. Fleet discounts available. 12-month warranty. Free service parts. Daily rentals, crazy cheap. Ashman's Equipment. Same forklift, better deals.
There are certain moments in life you'll cherish forever. Like finding love. Realizing your life is going to change forever. Creating your dream home. These are your great moments, and helping you to achieve them is ours. Chris and Charles, powering great moments since 1992. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
It's time!
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio?
We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Welcome back to CVM News at Noon. We're continuing the news. Fishermen in Hopewell, Hanover say they are preparing for Tropical Storm Melissa. The fisherfolk told CVM News that during the last hurricane, they suffered major losses with boats, nets and fishing pots. This time, they insist they are moving quickly, removing fishing pots from the sea, docking their boats and tying down gear to prevent damage.
Secure the boat, secure everything that we have. Because if you don't secure, we'll lose all our value. And we have to start all over again. Because if you start and come, every fish party mash up at sea. So we're not going to have nothing left. So we have to prepare again. We have to think about prepare all over. So we have to go move out the them at sea right now, everything and get everything in order. That means when the storm starts, we kind of can't sleep, we could better and sleep sounder.
And from the west to the east, residents and fishermen in Port Royal say Tropical Storm Melissa won't easily chase them from the sea. For some, the approaching system means working faster, not staying home. Our news team visited the historic town where tradition and determination meet even the roughest tides. Here's Andre Jebinson with that report.
This captain was in his usual last-minute scramble before heading out to sea. Tropical Storm Melissa hovered at the back of his mind, but what mattered most were the two names painted on his boat, Ajani and Zariel, his children. That's why he was going to glean what he could from the sea before the weather turned. Not on a fool's errand, though. He had a plan.
I want to do a 2-hour run, and if I reach out there maybe 7, 8 o'clock, I can do a 2-hour work and be satisfied with.
But is it safe though? Because even though it's 48 hours, sometimes it starts a little early.
So far, the weather's not choppy, it's smooth. You understand? But in the break of a storm, you can pick up wind, More likely, sometimes I can see the danger. Seeing the danger is the atmosphere show. Lightning, the thunder, whatever. I can kind of observe and know.
And then what? You come back in earlier?
Yes, I just move. I urgently move.
He'll be joined by crewmate Jeffrey Lindo, and together they'd make a quick run before the winds began their sermon.
Distance we're going now is going to take us 4 hours to travel. Distance to go. And it's going to take us the next 4 hours to come back. So when we reach within that 4 hours, we'll be doing our timing at how many hours we can allow to fish within that timing before. We have 4 hours to travel.
So how long you typically stay out there?
All night, if the weather is good. Yeah, all night. Probably 2 nights too.
Captain tightened his final bolts before the small crew of 3 ventured. Off they went, almost in the same direction of the storm. The eastern and southeastern coasts of the island are well-worn paths tempests take before drenching the island. These ladies aren't clutching their pearls or stacking sandbags.
Only thing we can do about it is pray. We can't stop nothing. You know, see water take over all the place when not even see then water take it over.
No, but what you mean by you can't do anything but pray? How about, you know, preparing your house or something?
Like, listen, we never run go to town. I want to take a stock town and wash it the same way. What have to be, you know. If you run from here, so, and go to St. Elizabeth, if you feel dead by this time, you still go dead. And a lot of time people always talk about Port Royal and this and that, and other places get knocked on Port Royal is still here.
The old town has danced with too many tempests to flinch at a little thunder.
Look how much boat there. When I go on a boat, are you going to the mangroves in the boat them? When rain come heavy, you just go in the mangroves. Them carry the boat them in the mangroves, so you just go in the mangroves and just stay in it.
And that's safe?
Of course it's safe.
Really?
Yeah, man, it's safe. It's happened over the years. Young one knows so me have local food. And me have something I can get light. And me alright. If I go for 72 at the end of the year. I don't think him finished with me yet.
By early afternoon Tuesday, the skies had begun their slow pour. Soft at first, then steady, like a warning whispered. The shelters not their vibe, even if they appear at any time to be necessary.
That's out of it.
Why?
That's not my style.
One time ago, they want to go back.
Why not?
No, man, this situation never nice at all.
Brenton Cunningham, another fisherman, isn't going out at this time. He's not critical of those who do. He just prefers to wait this one out, giving Melissa time to pass.
Weather is not good for fishing right now, so actually see a system coming down, so I have to just excursion because, you know, they don't know what can go wrong, so stay on the safe sides.
So for the residents and the fisher folk of Port Royal, it comes down to a few things. First of all, their livelihood. They believe that they have to go to sea to get their fish to come back so they can actually sell it, so they can pay their bills. Then they think about the physical safety of their properties. If they leave, who will look after their property? And then they also think about the alternatives that are being offered by the government, and they're saying it's just not for them. And so they've decided to stay each and every time a system comes this way. Reporting from Port Royal, I'm Andre Jebinson for CVM News.
In other news now, there's an appeal this afternoon for the private sector to join forces with the state in tackling the growing issue of children involved in crime. The call comes amid concerns that young people continue to be used as operatives in criminal activities, a trend that experts say can have lasting effects on their mental health and development. The matter was a major talking point during CVM's Lead Story Prime on Tuesday.
Children model the behavior that they see. So if they're exposed to violence in their families, domestic abuse, we're hearing a lot about domestic abuse, abuse of the child, then you're going to see quite a lot of aggression and antisocial behavior in the children. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the schools. We're seeing a lot of bullying, we're seeing a lot of fighting. We're even seeing a lot of, I was corrected by a 17-year-old boy who said, don't call it a gang. We call it organization. So there's a lot of organizations in schools. And
a 17-year-old told you that?
Yes. They don't like the term gang because it sounds too negative. So they refer to themselves as organizations.
Doing the same things that gangs do.
Doing the same things that gangs do.
can we ask the private sector organization to start facilitating this process so that parenting, National Parenting Association can come into the workplace during the lunchtime, whatever time that is available, to start helping our parents, because our parents need help.
It's been a violent 24-hour stretch with 5 men fatally shot by police in 3 separate incidents across St. James and St. Catherine. The shootings bring the total number of police killings so far this year to 247, almost twice as much as the figure recorded for the entire year of 2024. Most recent incident unfolded shortly after 10:20 Monday night along the Linstead bypass